As I said before, I'm back with another video. I just got done with work. I'm literally just sitting in my car now, and I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on Shara Magomedov's most recent fight against Armen Petrosyan, which obviously took place last night. Insane KO, that spinning back fist, the basically double spinning back fist through one, through another, and just KO'd him. Probably the cleanest and best spinning back fist KO. I will say that right off the bat. And one reason I want to talk about Shara Magomedov was because during his debut, I made a video giving my thoughts on him because I just was not impressed by his performance. And that video is my most popular video somehow, which is a little crazy. But I wanted to talk about him again just because this is his third fight since then. He's 4-0 in the UFC against competition. It's not really been great competition, and I've got some things to talk about because I believe Anatoly Tricoli was his second fight, which other than the spinning back fist is his only other finish, and it was I don't know, it just wasn't a good performance. A lot of fouls in it, grabbing the cage, was really struggling to even look good against him, but he was winning clearly, but he should have been dominating it, and Tricoli is not a good grappler or fighter, so him kind of messing you up on the ground is not good. It's just not a good sight to see. And then he TKOs him with a knee and punches. He got a finish. Good for him. I didn't think it was worthy of the bonus that he got for that, but whatever. Then he has Mikhail Olszewski, who he couldn't finish on that fight. And Mikhail, by the way, is on a 3-fight losing streak right now, and I believe it's 9-7 in the UFC. You probably, if you're gonna be anything, you should probably be finishing him, but that's just me. And then he just KO'd Armen Petrosyan, which was another fight where the dude's 9-3 in MMA, not even in the UFC, just in MMA. Good striker, but issue is got T-Rex. He's got the T-Rex, but he's got tiny little arms of it there. And even for that fight where I picked Shara Magomedov, I haven't picked against him just because he hasn't really fought anyone I think is good or someone that I think is gonna beat him. And Armen was, in my opinion, he won the first round. He won the first round against Shara Magomedov, and that's not really that good to see. In the second round, he started doing better, and I think the one thing that annoyed me about people commentating and talking about the fight, because that wasn't the first spinning back fist that Shara had thrown in that fight. He threw one at the end of round one, and he barely grazes him with it, does nothing to him. Honestly, it probably missed, and people were I think that spinning back fist secured him the first round, and it's it didn't do anything. That's the dumbest thing I've heard. So he lost the first round, in my opinion. And then he comes back. He starts doing a lot better in the second round. In my opinion, he's landing the better shots. He was getting outstruck in terms of numbers, but not in terms of, damage and actual, good strikes. And then he throws a spinning back fist on another, and he KOs him. So, insane. I thought he was going to get up, and there was, 7 seconds left in the round. But insane. But I'm just not really that impressed with him. He's a good striker, don't get me wrong, but he fouls a lot in fights. He has side kicks and kicks that are way too close to the groin, and honestly are most likely groin shots. He even did it in this fight. And I'm just man, if he ever has to fight outside of Abu Dhabi, that's dude is gonna get DQ'd, or maybe not, honestly, because we've seen it a lot recently of just fouls being ignored. But that's my other thing of it is, I don't really know what we're going to expect because, he's only fighting in Abu Dhabi, so a couple times a year, which is still, he's fought more times than you would think, but he's missing an eye, basically. He can't really defend takedowns that well against bottom of the division. He struggled in his debut against Bruno Silva, which at the time was a good win, but has progressively gotten worse, so now even the positives I had in my initial video don't really exist anymore, which sucks for him, but I'm just not that impressed. And then the final thing I want to talk about is he called out Israel Adesanya, and people were is that the fight to make? And I'm no. Israel Adesanya, who I'm not a fan of and think is incredibly overrated as a UFC champion and as a striker, would look like the greatest kickboxer in the world against Shara Magomedov. And that's not even, I'm not exaggerating. Shara is struggling against non-strikers, and Israel Adesanya he can strike. Like, obviously, I've been critical because he just leg kicks and punches, but he's, in his most recent fights, he's at least put up a fight at certain points against Dricus du Plessis. He did it against Alex Pereira in both of their UFC fights. I give him that, at least, and he's got the experience of that. And also, it's the other thing is Shara Magomedov, once again, is 4-0 against people who honestly could probably get cut from the UFC. That's really the thing here. He doesn't have a single ranked win. I don't think he's ranked. He should not be ranked, but I think this guy does not. I don't know who this guy's supposed to be, because I'm thinking of the rankings, and I'm like, well, Anthony Hernandez at, like, first round finishes Shara Magomedov easily, probably, like, first couple minutes at most. Michelle Pereira, he might be able to beat. I know I picked Pereira, but I was also like, I thought he would have cardio, or at least enough for a round, but, you know, I still think that Michelle Pereira could probably beat Shara Magomedov. I'm trying to think who else is in the rankings, at least in, like, the lower 15, or, well, Shara's obviously above that. Brendan Allen beats him easy. Jared Cannonier beats him. I think Marvin Vettori honestly beats Shara Magomedov, because Shara Magomedov already doesn't hit crazy hard, even though I know he only has 3 decisions, but in the UFC where he doesn't have as much of that stuff, he just isn't, because 2 of his wins when he only had 1 decision before coming to the UFC, now he's had 2, against guys I don't really rate for having a strong chin. So, you know, I'm not really that impressed by it. He doesn't have KO power, and he's throwing shots with intention, but there's no power, there's nothing to it. So I think Marvin Vettori would literally just walk forward, throw punches, and just, like, 29-28 decision him. So I don't really know what is next for Shara Magomedov. It's like, oh, I want to give him a ranking. I want to give him, like, a ranked fight, but I'm also like, I don't think he would win most of those. He might, but I also think if he does win it, he's going to do it unimpressively, and it's going to be very close, and then I'm going to be like, well, he's not going to win the next fight. But that's my thoughts on that fight, on Shara Magomedov. Let me know what you think in the comments down. Leave a like, and bye.